Rumble! Bow, wow, wow. This is not a drill. This is not a drill. What's up, everybody? I am the hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sybil. I am your messenger of God, the first child of God, the Lilith reincarnated. Shout out to all the new peoples. Hey, let me just take a minute here. I gotta tell you some truth that you may not know. This week has been the biggest week of growth on my channel that I've seen in the history of my channel, which it's only been around for a year or so. But a couple more people and we would have hit 100 subscribers in a week's time. And that's unbelievable, and shout out to all of you. I don't know who you are and where you came from and how long you'll be here, but I'm glad to have you. That's cool to see. So hey, how are you? In order to keep up with me, you would have had to catch my last live video, what I posted in my community page, and my most recent short. I keep shit going around here's. You came in for a good one. Kobe's on the block. You can't put him down. I'm like, come on, Kobe, I got an appointment at 11 o'clock. We don't got time for this. He stops the clock. All right, let me start with, do you see my feather altar? Isn't it beautiful? I pulled that out because I wanted to show you. As beautiful as they all are, and they all have different meaning, I have a story behind all of them. That's just the ones that I have since I've been here. Everywhere I go, I'm giving them. I got a new one today. I have quite a few of these little kind of guys in there and in other places. I wanted to show this to you. I like this one a lot. I got it as I was coming up when I was like, all right, let's get to work. Look at all the different sizes and shapes, right? Of all the different birds. They're all extremely important to God. He provides for them. He protects them. He guides them. You know what I mean? He gives them a whole life. They come in all different shapes and sizes. Believe it or not, this little guy right here carries a bird. They all do. I just wanted to show you that. These are, to me, what's up with all the feathers? They're ascension gifts. Every time, do you see some of them in there? See the little guys? There's some in there. These are like fairy feathers to me. The smaller they get, it's great. All different kinds. What else is in there? Lavender and a cinnamon stick. I'm a witch. Every time I go through an ascension or I've learned I've broke karma, I've moved into a new reality, I've overcome some shit, I get one of these. And so I have unbelievable amounts of them. I don't go searching for them. They're gifts. As well as this. What is that? That's wolf hair. That's wolf fur. I got that in Minnesota, doing a ritual clean with the Red Chief himself. Not the bottle. I bought the bottle later and put it in the bottle. Stuff like this, you can't go up and just go rip some freaking fur off of a wolf. It has to be gifted. Same with the snake skin. Where'd that come from? That particular one came around Christmas. I was going through a lot of really intense breaking of patterns. Christmas was hard, especially as an American. We were made, you're made to believe that you're supposed to be part of things, and if you're not part of these things, then it brings on all kinds of sadness and shit. Christmas was a hard one to break. That one, they all have unbelievable stories. I have lots of stories, and it's shedding skin and moving on, changing. I am Morrigan. My last incarnation is Morrigan, so that's the shapeshifter. And that's what this is shifting. From realities, from consciousnesses, from skins, from past lives, from just moving, evolving. There's a lot of these cards that we pull out, it's about evolution. It's like, all right, we're going through another transformation. We're getting our wings. How many fucking wings do I have? Well, take a look. So, yesterday's reading, we pulled out 10 days of shadow work. Not like 10 days, Jesus. But this is what I do around here. So, we talked about some shadow work last night. I had a cry. Well, they got me in that video. I'm sitting there chilling, and that's where it is. I'm dancing. I am having a good morning. And here comes Kobe. Hey, can we talk about what you said last night? What did I say last night? What happened? And he replays it. What did I say? I said something in my video. The whole video was about detachment and letting people go, how they're disposable and you don't fucking need them. Truly? Oh yeah, indeed. I'm going to have to shuffle these for quite a bit because I put them all in order. These are what we're going to use. These are my Bible to the darkness. These and a couple of others. With that being said, I said something in there. I said, and that's what I posted, and then Kobe got me, and here we are. I said, if I sit there and look at it, that this it takes too much to keep a relationship going, so I'd rather just let it go and move on with my life. Is that a healthy way of being? Now, in essence, that's where it is the extremes. Once you learn these techniques, you kind of use them to the extreme. So I'm supposed to be detached, but not in that kind of mindset. And all it was is Kobe's like, can we talk about why you give up on relationships? Really? Are you my therapist? Yes, he is. He's a lot of things, and that's what he does. He's my guide into the dark night of the soul, which is into the shadow parts of us. So every day for 10 days, we're going to meet a part of us. We're going to have to face a part of us that's obvious to the world that we don't acknowledge. It's like, did you hear yourself? What did I say? That's exactly what happened when I got into spiritual court. Like, did you hear yourself? What did I say? Are you serious right now? So they replay it, and then the question is, could you have said anything worse? Yeah, I think I could have. I think I can. I sat there for 2 days trying to figure out what I did that was wrong. What do you mean? I don't see any wrong in my doing. How long am I going to sit here until you realize what you did was wrong? Man, Pac, we sat there for like 2 days. How did we get out of that? I had to call my twin flame. The only way I was going to get out of a twin flame was a twin flame. What happened? Oh, I snapped off at Hades. I knew I wasn't supposed to talk to him like that, but I talked all kinds of shit to his face, bro. The next day, I'm in spiritual court, meaning the world inside of me the world is still going on outside, but in my mind, I'm locked into this. You could say it's a memory, but it's not. So a consciousness is where your mindset is. So I'm stuck in this place. It's a table, all the beings, it's all white. It's just me and Kobe. I'm like fucking O.J. Simpson right here. I just want to point that out. I started watching that shit yesterday. The whole time I'm like, but how? But how? How did they have so much evidence and we still know there's a perfect crime right there. The crime was not what he did. The crime was the fucking justice system, bro. That is such... I'm still in it trying to figure out how... I'm still at the part where they're like, and there was blood, and there was this, and there was that, and there was... But how? How did he get away with it when you had all of this? It came down to 12 goofy-ass people, or 10. How much is a jury? How many people were in that jury? They're the ones that decided, not the fucking judge. Who the fuck were these people you put in... Where's this coming from? I don't know. Anyways, coming back to it, I was guilty. I'm sitting there in a conscious state of my mind, and they just keep replaying all the evidence. They keep replaying this conversation of where I tore this guy up. And I just laugh. I'm laughing for literally a whole day and a half about it. It's just funny to me. I'm really feeling no sympathy, empathy. I don't see any wrong in my doings. Pac's sitting there. There's nobody but me. Two of America's Most Wanted in the same motherfucking place. I love you, Pac. In the essence, it's just me and him against the universe. And we're like, he can't say nothing and neither can I. They just keep replaying this shit. And did I finally see that there was anything wrong? No. I got a plea deal. Meaning what? If you're not going to submit to him, then submit to your feelings for this one. Really? That's how I get out of this? I feel like it was a setup to begin with because I wouldn't submit to my feelings with the first one to begin with. That's what led me to all these douchebags. I mean, could I have learned all these lessons with you and not had to jump around with all these guys? There's a possibility, but I don't know. You're limited. Your ability to communicate is very limiting. Whereas Russ wants to talk every day. Hey, good morning, Russ. How was your show? And blah, 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 blah. Fucking Russ the Bus. And there's always Russ. He'll be there tomorrow. He'll be there yesterday. Dude, this guy. Fucking guy. Oh, my God. Anyways, going back to it. So, that's where I'm at. And the whole thing was... Here comes Kobe. You want to talk about why you walk away from relationships? They wanted to start with the friendship. Why are you... So let's start with something current. And what we're supposed to do. Let me show you how this works. You're going to get caught in it. It's a trap. You're falling down a hole. Because first thing you're going to do is look at the current one. But what you're supposed to do is dig this hole. Look at the pattern that you do this to everyone. But why do you do this to everyone? Now, first, the guilt, the shame, the regret, and blame and embarrassment is going to hit you when you see that you've done this to how many people. What we're looking for is a pattern. That's all we're doing. Kobe's not like that. Kobe's like, do you want to talk about why you give up on relationships? First off, we don't quit around here. We don't give up. So when he comes, it's serious. It's like you have a quitter's mentality about something. Can you tell me why you quit? That's all he asked. So now it's my job to answer that question. Why do I give up on people? So let's start with the most current one. Why do I want to give up on my friendship with Morgan? Because of the flags I see. I don't see your past. I see your present, which equals your future. Okay? So we see that. Now, let's keep going down the loop. Is that the pattern? That's where I start with that. And then we start digging deeper into these relationships. Why did you give up on Twin Flame X? That's a hard one. I felt... And that's where it is. You start working through what were you feeling when you made this decision. It's an interrogation of yourself. And that's why I'm like, dude, I don't got time for this. I don't got time to break down the mechanics of why I do what I do. That's what we do over here, bro. In the essence, I have all the time in the world to do that because that's the most important work that we do around here. But at the same time, I'm like, he knows that I got shit to do at 11, and then I'll just have to do it no matter. We might pause, take a half time and figure it out. But we have to figure this out. He asked the spirit. God told him, go make her aware of herself. Go show her that she needs to work on an area of her life. Right? So God sent Kobe, someone I could hear. The way he said it. It's not what you say. It's the way you say it, the delivery, and who it's coming from. Right? So, Pot could have been like, why are you such a bitch? I mean, shut up. Why are you such a bitch? And we could just go back and forth like this. Playing games, in the essence. But when Kobe says something like that, and he says, do you want to talk about why you always give up? Whoa, who you calling a quitter, dude? I mean, why do you give up on your relationships? It's that. He's not accusing me of anything. He's asking me a true question. You give up on your relationships. Do you want to tell me why? Well, that's going to take a minute. Let me figure this out. And where's the answer? The answer's in the pattern. You have to find the pattern. It's not who, it's why. It doesn't matter who, it's why. Why did you give up on Sophie? Right there, I heard the answer. Why do you give up on them? Because I feel like if I tell them how to fix themselves, it turns into a fight, so I walk away from the fight. That's the answer, Kobe. I walk away from the fight. And that's what I said last night. I can work this out, but in order to work it out, I have to have a difficult conversation, which is going to turn into a fight. It's not just a difficult conversation. It turns into a fight where you feel slighted, you feel upset because of how I'm approaching you and what I'm telling you. This kind of conversation that I'm having with Kobe, you don't like. And that's exactly what I did to Morgan like less than a week ago. What is it about codependency of a substance that you don't like? And she just exploded more and more and more at me. You know what I mean? And then going back to Sophie, it's like, what about this don't you accept? And they explode more and more on me. When you tell me about me, I don't explode. I implode in the sense of I go in real hard. Wait, what? Because I'm open to the your perception, and I'm unaware of, I become aware of something. Right? So I receive this as completely different information is what you are when I'm like, why do you do that? But why are you acting like that? Why do you think like that? When I say some shit like that to somebody, it becomes combative. So I'm not walking away from people. I'm walking away from the fight. Twin Flame X, I felt like this was just, it was just kept going back and forth, that there was no middle ground. It was me, you know what I mean? My boundaries versus his conditions is what I really felt was happening in that conversation. I felt like it was like my boundaries were being challenged because he was trying to condition a possible relationship with me. I didn't want it to be conditioned. I wanted it to be natural. Why does it have to be on a schedule? I just blew up on someone on Facebook about that. There's this person, I don't even know who they are. I just had to jump in their comments and say you're stupid. Kind of, not really. But they posted this schedule. They're like 5 o'clock, wake up. This time, do 30 minutes of meditation. Then there's breakfast. Then there's gym. Then at 7:30, go to work. I'm like, I already spoke about this yesterday. Is that you guys are trapped by the illusion of time, meaning the only time you can be. That you can have breakfast is between those times. The only time you can meditate now is between those times. You feel all your time. You're constructed by time. Anyway, so I jumped on that and, what did that have to do with anything? It becomes combative. Everything's combative. I'm not walking away from people. I'm walking away from fights. It's just a fight with you. It's going to be a fight. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, it turns into a fight all the time. When I say something fucked up to Marshall, when I say something true and it comes out fucked up to Marshall, we don't fight about it. He just sits with it, and then I sit with it, and then I'll come back and, you know what I mean? If there needs to be, I'm sorry I went too far, or I hope you understand where I was coming from. I don't have to do that anymore. I used to always have to explain where I was coming from. It doesn't turn us into a fight. Internally, perhaps. Because he'll take it and look at it. And I don't know if he's always took people's criticism and looked at it. I don't think so. I think he took people's criticism and, you know what I mean, fought back at them for that. But not with me. Because it's constructive. And yeah, the delivery isn't always nice, but then he has to swallow his own words on that, because he's kind of hurtful in his words. So it's like, Kelly and Shiva are over there fucking knifing each other. But we don't, in the sense of what, Lilith and fucking Lucifer do. We're really knifing each other. We'll cut your fucking throat. What'd you fucking say, motherfucker? I'm gonna fucking... He's trying to stick knives in my back, and I'm fucking sticking them in his throat and heart. Whoosh, whoosh. He's sticking them in my back, and I'm just pulling them out and shoving them. Don't worry, guys. It's like a Wolverine thing. It doesn't really hurt. I mean, maybe him. Depends on where you're pushing him. My back... I got a lot going on. You're hitting my baggage, not really my skin. That's really the truth. He's pushing my buttons, not really my heart. So let's go into it, dude. Why? That was pretty simple. Now I can get in the shower. That's for everybody to know. Why did I give up on you? Because all you wanted to do was fight. You didn't want to change. If you say something to me, is it going to turn into a fight? Or is it going to turn into a difficult conversation? Am I going to fight you if you tell me about myself? I'm seeing Russ. Russ, remember Fendi Bucket, bro? dropped Fendi bucket, and I couldn't even fight him, bro. Like, I just cried. I was like, you're right, bro. You're right. The last guy fucked me up, and now I won't let anybody take care of me. You're right. I'm done fighting. Are you happy? Are you happy? Your words hurt. They're the truth. I'm that fucked up person. That's what he was trying to do, was make me wear his words, because he didn't want to wear my truth, or wear his truth. So he wanted me to wear his lies. But he just kept doing it. And that's where I was like, alright, fine. You win. You win. You're right. That's me. And that's where it is. It's like, you know, I started to realize, it's like, you guys are right. That's me. That's me. That's me. Now, when I became aware of me, I changed me. I tried to. I make full attempts to make so many changes in my life because I'm fully aware of so many areas of my life where I could be better. And that's what this is right now. It's not about, oh, you never can keep a relationship and this and that. Can we just talk about why you do this? I wouldn't do it if it wasn't always a fight, you know what I mean? Just, I don't mind having difficult conversations, but you know what I mean, projecting on me, deflecting, pretending that in full-ass denial, and then pointing fingers at me like I motherfucking did something wrong. Well, what about you? What about the way you act and the way you talk? What about me? We're not talking about me. But now that you got something to say that you've been holding on, I see some hurtful words about to come out. I wasn't being hurtful to you. I was being fucking, you know, I was pointing something out. But go ahead, hurt my feelings. This is where it really needs to go, right? Where every time I make you aware of you, you want to hurt me. You want to hurt me with your words or actions, bro. That's what I'm avoiding. That's what I'm avoiding. There's no peace with it. Like, going back to simplistic things like ex-husbands. Bro, you don't want to hear what you did to me. And when I tell you about it, you're going to point fucking fingers and say mean words. This isn't a conversation. This is a battle of your fucking hurt feelings versus my truth. I don't want to do this. And that's why it doesn't work. Like, I wasn't going to sit there and have a conversation about Ray about how he's a fucking racist fucking white prick. There's no way, dude. Just because Mr. Plum is a Trump supporter does not mean in any way, shape, or form. And because he's old and he uses words like, you know, the blacks or colors, that doesn't mean... Yeah. That doesn't mean anything. He has absolutely no hatred. He has fear. He still has fear of the black community. He has a lot of fear of the black community. He has no hatred. He has no demise. He has no, you know, none of that. He's not prejudiced or racist. There are people that support Trump that aren't prejudiced or racist. There are people that live in the South that aren't that. He grew up raising black children. In Hugo schools, it was the black communities. All the white kids sent their kids to other neighborhoods. He raised those children. He had the best stories there, you know, and not all of them, but most of them. And it's like, you know, he wasn't that. And so we could have conversations of, you know, of a battle. It was never a battle of wits. It was just an understanding of different lifestyles, where his lifestyle would make me reflect on mine and how your ways might be better or how my ways might be insulting. And it's just that. It's just growth, change, understanding, stuff like that, becoming fully aware of yourself. So let's just deal with that. You heard me do a lot of shuffles. For me, we're looking at that. It's like, what is your shadow part of you? I run away from relationships. All forms. Why? Because I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight to keep them alive. But what does that mean? It means that when I come to a place where we have to have difficult conversations, they turn into fights, and I'm tired of fighting. I'm not afraid of a difficult conversation. I'm not afraid of the fight. I'm just tired of it. That's it. I fully understand that there's always going to be these difficult conversations, but if we can't have them, and that's what happened with Twin Flame X, it was getting deep, and that's where it is. I don't want to go this deep. I don't want to talk about all of this. This is what I do. First, yeah, it's Wednesday. I haven't had coffee or brushed my teeth, and I have to talk about my feelings and go into my memories. I got to get all this done before a fucking appointment at 11. This is more important. If I get to the bottom of this, then I can finally breathe. And these things come when they come, and it's finally time to face them. Oh, I'll deal with it after work. But if I deal with it before work, I might have better relationships going into work. These pinnacle moments of self-reflection where you really become aware of yourself, it's so important to deal with yourself in those moments, bro. And it does come from a higher power. And I have spirit guides like Kobe and Pac and Nipsey and DMX and Mike and all the rest of them, you know what I mean, Mac, all of them that come in and like help me be a better version of me. That's what Kobe is all about. So he comes in and is like, hey, you want to work on this? Now, is it just today? No, we said for 10 days he's going to be on our ass. What the fuck is this? Well, in essence, he's my coach. I didn't get here without knowing what... And game on. What do we got, Kobe? Haha! Could be a Libra. It's all about balanced relationships, losers. We pulled this card last night, which was the Justice card. Confirmation. Number 7. It's crazy. You deserve balance. Relationships are a delicate balance, and Black Moon in Lilith dead. I didn't do that. For those of you that are new, you're going to watch. I don't have no control. I surrender all control. I'm just a fucking messenger. Like, how did that happen? That's God, bro. I just work with him. Or they work through me. Whatever. You are currently, you may currently be experiencing power struggles with others, and it's up to you to change if you want to break the cycle. So, what's going on? I'm just not putting in the effort, and that's what happens. I'm not reaching out. I'm not trying to be the friend. I'm not fucking checking in. I'm not doing all the work, so then there's no fucking friendship. I told you. She came back, and I didn't say anything, so there was nothing to say. I saw her last night. She didn't say nothing, so there's nothing to say. If I don't take the effort, if I don't make a relationship, then obviously there isn't one. I want you to understand this. If you don't call them, will they ever call you? If you don't invite them, will they ever invite you? How unbalanced are these relationships where people are just taking advantage of your time, your energy, your joy, your wisdom, your ideas, your fucking way of life? Energy harvesters. In the essence, she'll be back. They always come back. Why? Because they want more. They want more of me. Black Moon, Lilith, and Libra can create a feminine shadow around relationships, balance, love, and beauty. Venus is the planetary ruler of Libra, and it invokes energy of fertility goddess in ancient Rome. Symbolized by the scales, Libra represents balance, duality, dynamics in a relationship. When Black Moon Lilith is in the sign of Libra, your relationships feel karmic, and discord can ensue. Singer Whitney Houston, I wanna dance with somebody. She's always here too. There's a bunch of them that come. It's not like they come. They're just here. We just don't put the light on them all the time. They shine when they want to. Shine bright like a diamond. Yeah, okay. She had Black Moon Lilith and Libra in her 8th house of death and addiction, which manifested through her tumultuous marriage of Bobby Brown. Codependency or unequal relationships create inner tension, leaving you feel unworthy. You may be hyper-aware of your physical appearance. Feeling the drive to fight for justice and equality in the world can also be a desire. That's what I do. Do not allow others to dominate you. Instead, aim for them to complement and balance you. Making decisions from an empowered space can help you step into your power. All right, for your feminine shadow work, that's your feelings. Release judgment and beauty by indulging in self-care. I did that. Try a ritual bath. Oh, candles, essential oils. Embrace the shape of and your shape by running oils all over, and speak positive affirmations as you do this. I've been doing it yesterday. I did all kinds of self-care rituals. Fair enough. I'll do some more today. paint my toenails another color or something. Divine masculine shadow work. This is for your action-taking side. Masculine energy is not about dominating others. Prioritize supporting and providing structure to those around you. Help, lead, and protect. Peace and harmony with others are resolved within. Don't deplete yourself by giving from an empty cup. That's what happens with me. You'll see it in all my videos. I try so hard to have relationships. I give all of myself to these relationships, and they give none of it to me. And then I have to walk away. Well, I mean, there's that difficult conversation before I go, and I make them aware of, well, you're doing all of this, and so, you know, I gotta go. And that's it. They don't want to accept responsibility for their lack of action or sympathy or whatever the fuck it was, you know, availability, communication, whatever. And it turns into a fight, and it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna go now. And that is very King of Wands. I mean, Knight of Wands. It's like you're always off to something new. Well, what do you want me to say? The last thing didn't work out. Was it me? Am I the problem? Damn, I hear you, Marcia. I love that song. I just want you to be normal. Why can't you bitches just be normal? Always gotta be some extra. Like some fucking terrestrials. I could sing your whole song right here, but that's not useful. You sang it better. In the essence, who does it better? Nate Dogg. Nobody. Hey, Nate loves you guys. He comes in all the time. He's very quiet, but he misses you guys. Do you miss him? Nate Dogg? He misses you guys. He really does. He loved all of you. He was a cool cat, bro. I spent last weekend with him, I told you. It was really cool. And then they snitched on me. I love them. I'm just saying, he misses you guys. You should connect with him. You should listen to some Nate Dogg. He's in everybody's song. Do you guys realize where Nate is? He's in the background of everything, bro. That's why I think it's funny that he's always in the room, but just quietly singing the hooks, bro. I'm serious. I don't even realize how many Nate Dogg hooks I be singing. You should really enjoy his music today. I recommend that. Okay, so we're dealing with relationships. I pulled out two other cards that, in essence, seem very random, but probably not at all. So, we're dealing with relationships. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. What am I excited about? Myself. These are my... I manifested these. Sorry. I love when I meet myself. Hey, remember I told you my number's 26? Nobody believed me that. How do I know it? Well, when I woke up, it's a number attached to Pac, to be honest. I'll know that as Pac. Why? Because when I woke up, he had already been dead for 26 years. Crazy, huh? I don't know. We don't go way back. We go back to... I mean, we do. I found out I saw traces of him in my whole life. Alright, 26. I went to Anubis. 25. The Morrigan. This is so good. This is so good. This was my last incarnation, bro. It's me. I told you. That's what all those feathers are. All of it. That was my last life. Sovereignty. Always stands for sovereignty. Establish your own realm and domain. You are the queen of your own castle, and this means set... You see her sword? I'm sorry. I just saw it in this card. There's this funny story. I wanted to share it. I think I took a screenshot of it. Somebody in Estes Park broke into a knife store and stole a sword and then set a motel on fire. I'm not sure what they were thinking about. I don't really care. It was the whole thing that stuck out to me was they stole a sword. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna get me a sword, bro. I can still remember it. I have this feeling in my body. And my arms are too weak to carry it now. I'll have to train real hard. But I have it, dude. I can't wait to get my sword. It's a true story. I saw it on the Facebook this morning. I was laughing about it. Yeah, and then these earrings came. And it's like, this is my Morrigan sword. But this is my Kali. They came in a pair like that, bro. They were like that. I went to God told me to go out to a freak fest. What was it? It was a Lilith thing or something. So this hangs usually on my Kali. Dude, I'm dangerous. Guns? Fuck your guns, you wild, wild westers. I'm going to sphere you. Anyways, you are the queen of your own castle, and this means you set boundaries and guidelines. And that's what it is, the Queen of Swords. There's no other Queen of Swords. Show me another Queen of Swords. You can show me a real empress, some really loving women. So loving that I didn't know they exist, a full Shekinah. They exist here. A full Shekinah? Yeah, for sure, bro. I'm the dark, they're the light. I'm sure they're here. You can show me full Christ-like, but you can't show me another Queen of Swords like me. Not that can harness it properly. You can show me a lot of backstabbing bitches, but you're never gonna show me a Queen of Swords. That's my position, bro. And that's where it says right here, set boundaries and guidelines. Protect your own. Protect the earth and her creatures. Duality, peace and war, fear and courage. The Morrigan is a Celtic Irish goddess of the warrior queen of war, known in modern Ireland as Morrigan. She is the great queen of phantoms and battle. The Morrigan is listed among the Tuatha De Danann as ancient Celtic myth race of deities. As one of the daughters of Ernamus and the granddaughter of Nauda, the Morrigan has been also described as a triple aspect, with the distinct forms of Bab, Macha, and Nimain, or Anand. To link her with the completely separate entity of Morgan Le Fay is incorrect, although they are both dark and strong battle goddesses. I'm not sure why they do not allow me to be both. They say that I'm not Morgan Le Fay from the Welsh. Why? They have to be separate entities, I guess, claimed. I'm showing you that's not true. I'll have to get all of that and reawaken that, but I promise you in my soul I know. There's many goddesses I can tell you I didn't take that form. A part of me lied within that body, and we watched over. As she was given a part of my spirit, that form, but it wasn't me. And that's how it is. How can you be Persephone and Hecate? Because a part of me was put into Persephone, but I was Hecate. I am. In the essence, it's the split of the soul. I can't fully help anyone to understand that when they have this twisted, warped perception of what a twin flame is. A part of my soul, the pool of what God made me, which is divine feminine, there's a whole pool of it. It's a cauldron of me. He poured in, and that's what creates a divine counterpart, is they have a piece of you. A twin flame is a piece of you lies within, a piece of me lies within you. And it calls, not you, but me. You were built like me because you have a piece of me inside of you. They're not my twin, I'm not their twin flames, they're mine. They exhibit a piece of me, which is what? Feelings, motherfuckers. Feelings. You carry the divine feminine feelings in there. You carry a piece of me. Because I couldn't carry all my pieces in one body. So that's spread out. And I come to you to heal that piece, integrate that piece into my body, leaving you a little bit soulless. I didn't need it. It's safe inside of you. It's experiencing that feeling is living within you. It's having a life within you. So that when I come, I can take that piece, that experience of your life with me as if it was mine, because it was. I was in you having that experience with you. How does that work? Same as Pac and Kobe here with me. Their spirit is here with me. And it's being lived out with my experiences. It gets to breathe through my experiences. It's a part of their soul lives here with me. What is that? The divine masculine. I have divine masculines that live within me to help me balance all this divine feminine energy. Or my own divine masculine, if you will. So what lies within you is me to help you balance what is what? Your feelings. Okay? So, they can't see that she was me because she had a different body. And I was, you know what I mean? But that's where you have to put the layers all together. No, she can't be Morgan. She can't be the Battle Morgan. She's Morgan Le Fay. They're two opposites. She's of the Fae and she's of the world. Two pieces to a coin, and that's where it is. They always limit it to 3 aspects. I'm always considered the triple goddess, meaning, this is all that means, is you're going to see the younger version of me, you're going to see the wise version of me, and the mothering version. That's all the triple aspects mean, is you're going to see, you know what I mean, the 20-year-old me, the young, the young dumb maiden. You're going to see the very mothering Queen of Cups of me, and you're going to see the very wise Queen of Pentacles of me. Those are just aspects of me. And so they say you see there's 3 parts to her. No, I'm one part, expressed in many ways. And that's what it is. It's like God just kept pouring me into, pouring himself, which is nothing more than a feminine version of himself. I just want to point that out. I haven't got to that yet, why the Welsh and the Celtics fight over the deity Morgan. Why they will not let both be heard. Is it because they were both incarnated at the same time? That goes back to twin flame over here, Benjamin Franklin and Nikola Tesla. That was his twin flame. What does that mean? That means Big Bad Benjamin Franklin came back with this big fat brain, but he needed to split it. He needed more experience. He needed more hands-on. If I can split myself and that's it, multiply myself. If I can multiply myself, I can have more experiences and figure this out. 2 minds are greater than 1. So therefore, I will split my consciousness into 2 bodies and have 2 parallel lifestyles that are still on the same path. Nikola Tesla and Albert Einstein were still geniuses of the mind, working with what? When they died, the minds came back together in the great cosmic soup, as I like to call it. You know what I mean? The cosmic conscious. And it was more than one experience, but multiple experiences. What did you learn in your lifetimes? I couldn't endure all of my karma in one body, although I did. It still had to be spread out. It wasn't just mine, but Marshall endured the other pains I couldn't keep in my body. Russ did. Allie did. Lewis does. Logic did. All of them have endured the pains and sufferings of this world so that I can come back to them, pull that... I don't even know what that was. I really don't. Pull them back. Pull back the, the pain, the suffering, the stories. Take it, alchemize it. And it's, you know what I mean? You're set free from it. And now it's back to where it is, which was nothing more than the lesson learned. I had to stay quiet. It's like the conscious, your soul, Jesus tried to explain that to you. And with that being said, Jesus lives within you. Always accessible, always talking to you, always present. You're just unfamiliar. And that's how these spirit guides come in too. I want to put on, how did that happen? That's what was so confusing. I have my phone on Do Not Disturb. It shouldn't have came through. I don't know how it did. And I don't know whose number that is at all. I really don't know whose number that is at all. I don't know. Let's move on with this card. It's fate calling me, I guess. The Morrigan is, anyways, they say it's not, whatever. Although they are both dark and strong battle goddesses. The Morrigan often appears as a powerful black crow called the Bab, and flies over the battlefield to both inspire her own warriors and create havoc and fear among the enemies. She secures the protection of the land itself. Stop. That's my higher self. My whole soul of Morrigan right? I can access it in particles, but I can't be the whole Morrigan in this life. So that's where the higher self is all over. So if we went back to yesterday's video, who is here that's eliminating chaos? Higher selves. Projections. You know what I mean? Your previous consciousnesses are always accessible. You know what I mean? You can pull from that conscious, you can pull from that knowing, you can pull from them. You are them, but not forced in that form anymore. Which kind of sucks, because, you know, I used to be able to fly and shit like that. I'll do it again. She secures the protection of the land itself and interest of prosperity of the land, and will fight against and punish those that would threaten it. The Morrigan is both a goddess and sometimes the embodiment of land itself, granting sovereignty to the king to a king to be by her blessings, that is, giving her alliance in battle or having sex with the potential candidate. She is a king or queen maker and well respected among Irish royalty. In one myth, the Morrigan meets the god Dagda on Samhain evening before the battle of an enemy called Formorinas. Dagda, who is one of Ireland's most powerful gods, enters the agreed field, but finds the Morrigan astride a river she has created. She is standing with one foot either side of the flow, washing herself. He realizes her creative power. They have sex, and the Morrigan assures Dagda that she will summon all the powerful sorcerers and magicians of the country to cast great magic on him, on his behalf, for he is cause and the enemy of the Tutha. She promised to destroy the king of the Forminians in Deck by draining the blood of his heart. As they are all standing on the battlefield, ready to begin the battle of the Tutha leader, Lug asks each of the deities what they will do in the heat of battle. The Morrigan states that she will destroy, confuse, and subdue the enemy and cast great magic. The battle wages for some time, but the Morrigan enters the fray and chants her magic. Immediately, the Forminians' lines break and they run for the sea. The Morrigan is also a fate teller. She can be a frightening force when foresees the fate of others, and it is said she appears to the families of those who die in battle, washing their bloody clothes. Crystal Companion, citrine. I've told you forever, you needed it for Metatron, you needed it for everything. Vervain, yeah, we have two. That's what I'm doing today, eventually. I need to go to the spiritual store. It's not that hard. I need to go and do that. Well, they're going into battle. What is it? The battle of the mind, usually. And yeah, I'm scary because I know what's happening. And all of that, that's always... I want to put this one. Isn't it beautiful? I put the wrong one. This has been at my altar. This is the first card at my altar since my beginning. I didn't know who she was. I used to say jokes. Her and Pac must have something going on. Oh, for sure. So, we're in our Morrigan energy, which is action. We're actually in a freaking Wednesday, which is communication, and that's it. Your swords is about communication. Libra is about relationships and balancing them out. You have to fight. I don't, as the battle, that's what I said, is why are you? Because I'm not fighting anymore. I spent all those lives fighting. You learn lessons, bro. I'm here to learn these lessons. It's not always about the fight, and that's what last time Morrigan came in, I had that. I have these other cards that are literally my Morrigan cards, but I'm burnt out and I've got other shit to do. So we'll pick these up. Which is the card that's going to come in? Jesus Christ. There's a scary card. These are my Morrigan oracles. And just looking at that, I would say we're talking about your fucking heart. Do you see it? That's scary. I'll leave that at the altar. We'll leave our burning heart, our raging heart. Matters of the heart are what we're talking about. Wednesday is about communications. I have built the whole station for you. I have to take care of a couple of things, and then we'll get back to the shadow work. We'll go deeper into it. For me, it's that easy. Get to the point. What's the point? Why do you do this? It's not worth the fight anymore. I don't want to fight you to love you. I don't want to have to fight to love you. I don't mind us talking through this and working through things, working through our differences. But I'm not going to make it, not everything has to be a fight. None of it has to be a fight. Why can't it just be a talk from the heart? Why do I have to battle your minds? I don't want to. You're not smarter than me. You're dumb. I don't care. It's not about what you think. It's about what you feel. Do you feel like you're being a good person? What are you feeling right now? You're fucking feeling slighted? You feel defensive because I told you that you're being an asshole? Go ahead, tell me I'm being an asshole, but make sure it's real and watch what I do with it. I don't know. Hey, I'll catch up with you guys. Love yous. Laters. Bye-bye now.